Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our CEO Talks. Today we have the ninth CEO Talk of the second edition, our last one for this summer. So we will end it up and have some summer holidays as well. And I am very, very happy today to have Daria Niculcea from JURIDICE.ro. Daria, welcome to our CEO Talks. It's a very good pleasure to have you here with my good friend Colin. And I would like you to say a few things about yourself and what you represent. I know you are Executive Director at JURIDICE.ro. And the floor is yours, and welcome.
Hello everyone. Thank you for the invitation, and I'm happy to join this great program. My name is Daria Niculcea. I'm Executive Director of JURIDICE.ro. We are an online-based platform, the biggest and I think the oldest in Romania, legal platform. We are 18 years old. And as we like to say, JURIDICE is the Google, the Facebook, and the LinkedIn of the entire Romanian legal environment, because we have a massive database of legal articles and legal opinions. We have news from over 100 legal sources. We have written and video interviews with our community members, national and international. The President of European Human Rights Court is on our website. We have recruiting services, branding and rebranding services, and events, scientific conferences and galas. And we have protocols with the most important legal institutions in the country and outside the country, and with law schools and student associations.
A warm welcome to you, and thank you for that introduction. It's enlightened me, and I'm sure many of our viewers. I want to kick off by just asking you, because when we think of a traditional, I think lawyers have been around for literally a couple of thousands of years. When we think of a law firm, we think of those sort of dark oak cabinets and desks and dark green curtains, etc. And we'll come on to digitalisation a little bit later. But I'm just curious how, we have to mention COVID, of course. How has COVID impacted the legal business through this period? And what changes has it brought, if any?
Thank you for your question. I will talk from my personal perspective and from our perspective as lawyers, our clients. Legal business is very adaptable to new market conditions. So like many other businesses, the main change and challenge was rapid digitalization. It would have taken years for the legal businesses to achieve the current level of digitalization, mainly because the legal business is still based on traditional ways. And before that, it was very important for lawyers, the solemnity of court, the confidentiality between client and attorney, paper-based signed documents. There were concerns about the validity of digitally signed documents. So people were still resisting the change. And I can tell you from my personal perspective and the personal example, before the pandemic, we organized several events about electronic signature. And after that, there were still some legal departments who were requiring contracts signed on paper. And after that, I organized other events so they understand that it's okay to sign digitally. After the COVID outbreak, they understood, they discovered the opportunities offered by the qualified electronic signature providers and started to rely on electronic documents. I personally sign all my documents with paperless electronic signature, and it's very comfortable for me because I can do it without standing from my chair.
Okay. I guess, Daria, yeah, you mentioned there that the sort of the digitalization, if we call that, was happening before COVID anyway, and I think COVID has probably accelerated it. And I say forced many sort of traditionally minded people to move over to it. And I remember years ago, if you didn't have a stamp,
Yes. Yes.
you couldn't survive. So it's moved on quite quickly. We'll touch a little bit more on that, as I said, on this digitalization. But in your introduction, you painted a picture of a very busy organization that you have. And I just want to ask you a personal question, really, and really in terms of, we hear a lot of people talking about working from home and managing hybrid working and juggling family and everything else. How do you manage just personal question, how do you manage your professional time every day and get that work-life balance? And is there a secret to it, or how is it with you?
The main advantage of being an online platform is that you can work remote. So before the COVID, we were working remotely sometimes. I started to work at JURIDICE from first year in law school. So I was working from home after my classes.
Yeah.
But COVID, I can say that COVID brought me more time, much more time. Now I don't waste 1-2 hours every day to go to work. So with them, I can do something for myself or to work more. From March last year, all my colleagues work remote, and it works very well for us. We don't organize physical events anymore, and we will not do it in the future because our events were scientific. So now we can access more people. Before that, we had 500 people in one conference. Now we have 3,000-4,000 people watching online these conferences.
Wow.
Or as you know, lawyer needs to have some events at which they took part during the year for their professional development. So we organize these events for them. And
it's a changing world, isn't it? Sorry, go on. Yes. Yep.
Yes. So now I split my time between client care and development, and between my personal growth and professional growth, and my family, of course.
Okay.
And I think I handle it very well. I was used to work remote, so I have my personal space where I work. Yeah. It doesn't interfere with my personal life.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Now, the main thing I understood during COVID is that it's very important to have very good people on the boat. I have some colleagues which I didn't met in 1 year. We didn't talk on phone. We only chat, and they understand perfectly what I want from them. And I think I'm lucky because
I was going to say that. I was going to say that. Yes, I think you're one of the lucky ones, because it is a troublesome, uncertain time out there still, and I guess because of the nature of your business, it's been easier for you to manage that. But in terms of, just touching on that, there's a lot of companies are concerned about people working from home. They want people back in the office. Some people, can work from home. Some people need to be there. It's very confusing. In terms of, assets for a business, what for you is the most valuable asset in any business?
Yes, I think people is the most important asset, because if you have very good people, you have time. Before that, I was used to think that time, I need more time. Time is the most important asset. You can't bring it back. You can't buy more time. But now, and recently, I realized I was reading in books, and much wiser people were telling me that you need very good people. But only from experience, I understood that if I can have good people in our team, I have much more time for business growing, for myself to develop professionally, and to have time to think and to find new solutions and new ways to grow our business.
It's an interesting it's a good bit of advice out there. Mamas, I'm going to come to you on this as well, if I can, my friend, because you know, I guess for a company like Moore, an international company, you know, what Daria says, does that kind of affect the way that you look at recruitment now, that you are maybe a little bit more, let's say, fussy, a bit more patient in finding the best people out there? Because as Daria says, you know, if you surround yourself with all those quality people, it does create time to do quality work as well. Is that how you're seeing it?
Yeah, I agree with Daria, and I agree also with what you mentioned earlier, Colin. On the other hand, now when we are recruiting people, we are not limited anymore from location, let's say, where we have our offices in Bucharest or Timișoara or in Chișinău. We can hire people and they can work from any town in Romania or Moldova. At a certain moment, myself, I was staying and working in Cyprus. Vikram was in India, some other colleagues in some other countries during the lockdown, and we were having a very fine-tuned, let's say, productive and working environment without any disturbances. This is very, very important nowadays, and using digitalization and technology, things can really help you and focus.
Yes. There are some challenges for, I've seen many managing partners in big law firms. There were some challenges for them, because when you have litigation department and you have consultancy department, the consultancy department can work from home, but the litigation department can't, because they need to prepare documents
to court. Yeah.
To go to court. But that is another good thing that COVID brought to us. Because during last year, there were a lot of online hearings, and a lot of lawyers said it is much better, because if you have a hearing in Galați or in Constanța, you have 3-4 hours going there, then you wait all day for your case, and then you come back to Bucharest, so all day is gone. Now you have at 12 o'clock, let's say, your case, and you enter 11:50, and you litigate, and then you work on what you prepare for your day. Yes.
Yeah. So, it's interesting you say that. I use the word forced again. I guess the situation has been forced, but now it's, you know, people are seeing the benefits of that. Just staying with this sort of, you know, not just with digitalization, but the sort of the innovations, because I think I made a bit of a joke at the beginning about the stereotypical vision of a law firm, and I remember the other stereotypical vision is that fear of going over 1 hour because you were charged by the hours talking to a lawyer and those sort of things. I guess digitalization has kind of shortened those conversations as well. But what innovations have you witnessed in the legal area? How is it being modernized, I guess, is the question.
Many law firms implemented on their website online meeting schedule. So now their client can enter their website and schedule the meeting online. And it wasn't before the pandemic, it's something new. The other one I've mentioned about online hearings. And now the courts program your case. Before that, you come at 9 o'clock and you wait till your case is called by the judge. Now there is a schedule, and you know exactly when your case, approximately, not exactly, will be. And I think now lawyers are more open to online meetings with clients. They don't need to fly overboard, and they can meet with the international clients online and not only with international clients. So that's a good thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
For some of them, there were big challenges. It was difficult for them to adapt to this new style.
Yeah.
And I can understand them.
Sure, but I think in general, what you're saying, Daria, is that the legal industry has probably benefited from the efficiencies that you've clearly outlined there. So I guess it's actually it is more efficient. Things are happening, and for the law firms, but also for their clients, I guess the process has been speeded up because of digitalization. So I guess it's kind of a success story, I guess, in the industry that you're supporting, isn't it? In many ways. And so, in conclusion, and it's been great to talk to you, Daria, but we're not going to let you go without giving our viewers a little bit of advice. So, what advice would you give to people out there?
I think everybody knows and needs to know that time is very important for all of us, but it's very important to care. I've already said that it's very important to have very good people. And if we have good people, our businesses will thrive, I think.
Yeah. So be patient. Don't
be patient till you find very good people.
Yeah, take your time and be prepared to create the pain in getting the right person is fine. Daria, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today, I should say. And with that, I'll hand back to Manas.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Daria. And having said that, Daria, also in our case, in our business, which is a service business, people is the most valuable asset also for us, and I can confirm that. Without them, we wouldn't be existing. I mean, a brand. What is a brand? A brand, behind the brand is the people and the procedures that is setting up the whole organization. However, the essence and the soul, again, are the people. And without good people, you cannot progress. I do agree with you that recruitment process should take, you need to take your time to find the best talent available, let's say, for a specific vacant position you are having. Daria, and on behalf of me and my good friend Colin, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, our last CEO talk for the second edition came to an end. We will see each other again soon after the summer holidays. I would like to thank personally Stefan and Anna from the BRCC that made these recordings a reality, as well as my good friend Vikram that helped with the whole setting up and the editing and finding some good C-level people as well and inviting them in our CEO talks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And have a good summer. Daria, thank you.
Thank you.